Um, those of you who have followed Jenny's journey over the last 11 months in hospice, who may have only followed her online, who may not have known her otherwise. Kind of sucks to be the bearer of bad news. I'm her husband. I'm Jason. Jenny passed away before sunrise on Thursday, October 23rd, 2025. Yeah. Today is November 3rd. We did a memorial for her on Wednesday the 29th, and it was heartwarming how many people showed up. Family in the area, friends from out of state, family from out of state, all of her coworkers. And then also a lot of people showed up for Kai. All of his teachers showed up. Lots and lots and lots of kids from the high school showed up. We had like a 3-hour visitation, and hundreds poured in and expressed their condolences, their love, and talked. And then we did do a memorial service. It was because Jenny wasn't necessarily as spiritual as she was. She was not necessarily a churchgoer, hadn't been for a while. So we didn't really have a church home that I felt was appropriate to do the service for us. So I led that service. Would have been nice to have recorded it, but also at the same time, it's sometimes you have to be there. Life has never-ending moments that you don't get to do again, and well, I guess we don't get to do that one again. I guess I'm grateful for that. I spoke for about 45 minutes, a couple of different topics, read some different passages from books that Jenny thought were very important to her, read from one of her books, played music, which was really hard because how do you take just 4 songs to represent the lifetime of a love of music that Jenny had? Our son Kai stood up and spoke. I had asked him a few days before the service if he wanted to say anything, and he said, "Oh, I'll write up a couple of paragraphs." And he gave what I think, in my whole 53 years, I have never heard a more beautiful, poignant, professional, inspirational, emotional, vulnerable speech honoring his mother. It was amazing. Not a dry eye in the room. I mean, people were just openly crying when he was talking. It was pretty dramatic. He played a couple of songs that were important to him and his mom. There were a couple songs he learned to play on the guitar. And in Jenny's last couple of weeks and months, he'd play them for her, and the last couple of days he'd play them for her. The morning she passed, he played them for her. And then their song together by Paul Simon, Mother and Child Reunion. So after Kai spoke, my son Ethan, our eldest, he stood up and spoke for a while too, and I loved the way he just described Jenny as the person who brought so much fun and humor and unexpectedness into his life, and how he may not have been her biological child, but she treated him in every way as one of our three sons. So, when Jenny passed, it was before sunrise, and it was peaceful. I was with her. She had been sleeping for a couple of days. She really didn't wake up for a couple of days. She was not in pain. She was not in distress. In fact, between myself and the caregivers and the nurse, we ended up stopping morphine almost entirely. So she wasn't getting any painkillers. So she was comfortable without it. And she just stopped breathing, and that was it. And that day it was really interesting how it had been so gray and cloudy in the days leading up to her passing, and cold. And but that morning, the skies were blue, the clouds were puffy white and beautiful, and the sunshine just, it had a different hue to it. And I'm sure, maybe it was just me, maybe I was depressed, but it was different. And it made all the colors and all the leaves, made everything glow beautifully. The day she passed, it wasn't that cancer won. My Jenny became sunshine, and she lit up the whole world for us. She loved all of you. Thanks for following her on her journey. Enjoy the sunshine.